Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another morning manifestation session. Today is Tuesday, May 16th, 2023, and I am your host, Samuel, founder and leader of One Transformation Center. And it's an absolute pleasure to be with you this morning as we celebrate humanity. It is our mission to inspire, motivate, and heal lives and relationships across the globe. And we're grateful to be able to stand in this space with you as you continue your journey, self-evolution, self-realization, and realignment, the truth of who you are and whose you are. As we all are spiritual beings having a human experience. So let's take a moment as you come in, like the stream from wherever you're tuning in from. A moment to like the stream. Share it, comment, let us know where you're tapping in from. Where you tuning in from? Some of you on Instagram, YouTube, others on Facebook, Twitter. Let us know where you're tapping in from, what part of the country or the world you're tapping in from. We're grateful to hear from you, and also use the hashtag morning manifestation. Hashtag morning manifestation. All right, for those who are new, this is what we do. Welcome, first and foremost. What we do is we begin our sessions with 3 deep breaths. We call them the breaths of life. And after that, continue on with our oath of manifestation, then the affirmative word of the day with a prayer of gratitude. So, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go ahead and begin. Let's get our minds ready and embark upon 3 breaths of the day. And we begin these breaths. First of all, let me give you a little insight. Why do we breathe? We unconsciously forget to breathe. We consciously forget to breathe periodically throughout our day. The meaning of breathing is when we breathe, you actually are now shifting yourself from a space of reaction to respondence. Space from reaction to respondence. And I think that's where we all desire to be, as we never truly want to make a decision based upon our first instinct. Sometimes it can steer us wrong. So we breathe. And each morning as we begin this session, with each inhale, which is through our nose, we're going to do so while being in alignment with everything and everyone. Every person, place, and thing, every idea, every thought that is here to support us in this right now. And with each exhale, releasing through our mouths, we begin to let go, release everything, every person, every place, everything, every idea, belief, philosophy, thought that no longer sustains us, that no longer supports us, that is no longer an asset, that has become a liability. Now, with that being known, consciously, intently, let's begin to breathe by inhaling through our nose. And exhale. Inhale again. And exhale. One last breath. Inhale through your nose. And release. This time, begin to shrug your shoulders, move them around, shake your arms. I want you to feel the oxygen moving through your blood, the blood transferring the oxygen throughout all your cells. Can you feel life? Do you feel alive? I do. That's the reason we have these breaths. All right, now we'll transition over to our oath of manifestation. And our oath of manifestation is a promise that we make to ourselves. It is I like to call it the Declaration of Independence. I also refer to it as Emancipation Proclamation. It's the thing that frees us from being dependent upon things, from lack, from being remiss from opportunities. It's the oath, it's the promise that we will be connected to everything, intangible and tangible, that's working together for our best and highest good. Everything that is awaiting our arrival, we are promising that we will show up and we will be present to it, the expected and the unexpected. So let's begin to tap into that. For those who don't have it memorized, it's on the screen, so you to read along with us. And I want you to do so with absolute passion, allowing it to infiltrate into the very depths of your being. So join me as we declare, I accept and receive unexpected good, unexpected money, unexpected love, unexpected kindness, unexpected generosity, unexpected offers, unexpected prosperity, coming in unexpected ways, from unexpected places, in my life and in the life of others. I am constantly guided and boldly empowered to receive the lavish abundance of the universe. I accept the principle that abundance and prosperity have already been given to me. My acceptance makes it real and opens the space for manifestation to rush in. I open wide the doors of my consciousness to receive and to give. It is done now. Through this oath of manifestation, all things are possible. I declare absolutely that I live in a friendly universe that is always providing for me. I can feel it powerfully happening now. I open to receive more abundance and to give more abundance than I have ever experienced before. I can afford anything I desire. In fact, I am so prosperous, I need never worry again. I am grateful for all that I already have and grateful for all that I'm ready to give. I keep myself lifted in high consciousness, no matter what the appearances are. God is all there is. I let the God times roll, and so it is. And so it is. Now allow these words to permeate, to delve deep down into your being, to resonate into the very core of who you are, to activate every cell, every DNA that is here to working together for your best and highest good. For you are deserving. Now, let us prepare for our affirmative reading of the day, which comes from A Course of Miracles, which you could find at acim.org, www.acim.org. Today's lesson is coming from lesson 136. Lesson 136, I stand corrected. It's lesson 138. No, it's 136, I was correct. That reminds us that sickness is a defense against the truth. Sickness is a defense against the truth. Let's tune in and listen to the narrator as it provides us with more insight into today's topic.
Lesson 136. Sickness is a defense against the truth. No one can heal unless he understands what purpose sickness seems to serve. For then he understands as well its purpose has no meaning. Being causeless and without a meaningful intent of any kind, it cannot be at all. When this is seen, healing is automatic. It dispels this meaningless illusion by the same approach that carries all of them to truth and merely leaves them there to disappear. Sickness is not an accident. Like all defenses, it is an insane device for self-deception. And like all the rest, its purpose is to hide reality, attack it, change it, render it inept, distort it, twist it, or reduce it to a little pile of unassembled parts. The aim of all defenses is to keep the truth from being whole. The parts are seen as if each one were whole within itself. Defenses are not unintentional, nor are they made without awareness. They are secret, magic wands you wave when truth appears to threaten what you would believe. They seem to be unconscious, but because of the rapidity with which you choose to use them. In that second, even less, in which the choice is made, you recognize exactly what you would attempt to do, and then proceed to think that it is done. Who but yourself evaluates a threat, decides escape is necessary, and sets up a series of defenses to reduce the threat that has been judged as real? All this cannot be done unconsciously. But afterwards, your plan requires that you must forget you made it, so it seems to be external to your own intent, a happening beyond your state of mind, an outcome with a real effect on you instead of one effected by yourself. It is this quick forgetting of the part you play in making your reality that makes defenses seem to be beyond your own control. But what you have forgot can be remembered, given willingness to reconsider the decision, which is doubly shielded by oblivion. Your not remembering is but the sign that this decision still remains in force as far as your desires are concerned. Mistake not this for fact. Defenses must make facts unrecognizable. They aim at doing this, and it is this they do. Every defense takes fragments of the whole, assembles them without regard to all their true relationships, and thus constructs illusions of a whole that is not there. It is this process that imposes threat, and not whatever outcome may result. When parts are wrested from the whole and seen as separate and wholes within themselves, they become symbols standing for attack upon the whole, successful in effect, and never to be seen as whole again. And yet you have forgotten that they stand but for your own decision of what should be real, to take the place of what is real. Sickness is a decision. It is not a thing that happens to you quite unsought, which makes you weak and brings you suffering. It is a choice you make, a plan you lay, when for an instant truth arises in your own deluded mind, and all your world appears to totter and prepare to fall. Now are you sick, that truth may go away and threaten your establishments no more. How do you think that sickness can succeed in shielding you from truth? Because it proves the body is not separate from you, and so you must be separate from the truth. You suffer pain because the body does, and in this pain are you made one with it. Thus is your true identity preserved, and the strange, haunting thought that you might be something beyond this little pile of dust silenced and stilled. For see, this dust can make you suffer, twist your limbs and stop your heart, commanding you to die and cease to be. Thus is the body stronger than the truth, which asks you live, but cannot overcome your choice to die. And so the body is more powerful than everlasting life, heaven more frail than hell, God's design for the salvation of his Son opposed by a decision stronger than his will. The Son is dust, the Father incomplete, and chaos sits in triumph on his throne. Such is your planning for your own defense. And you believe that heaven quails before such mad attacks as these, with God made blind by your illusions, truth turned into lies, and all the universe made slave to laws which your defenses would impose on it. Yet who believes illusions but the one who made them up? Who else can see them and react to them as if they were the truth? God knows not of your plans to change his will. The universe remains unheeding of the laws by which you thought to govern it, and heaven has not bowed to hell, nor life to death. You can but choose to think you die, or suffer sickness, or distort the truth in any way. What is created is apart from all of this. Defenses are plans to defeat what cannot be attacked. What is unalterable cannot change. What is wholly sinless cannot sin. Such is the simple truth. It does not make appeal to might nor triumph. It does not command obedience nor seek to prove how pitiful and futile your attempts to plan defenses that would alter it. Truth merely wants to give you happiness, for such its purpose is. Perhaps it sighs a little when you throw away its gifts, and yet it knows with perfect certainty that what God wills for you must be received. It is this fact that demonstrates that time, is an illusion. For time lets you think what God has given you is not the truth right now, as it must be. Thoughts of God are quite apart from time. For time is but another meaningless defense you made against the truth. Yet what He wills is here, and you remain as He created you. Truth has a power far beyond defense, for no illusions can remain where truth has been allowed to enter. And it comes to any mind that would lay down its arms and cease to play with folly. It is found at any time, today, if you will choose to practice giving welcome to the truth. This is our aim today. And we will give a quarter of an hour twice to ask the truth to come to us and set us free. And truth will come, for it has never been apart from us. It merely waits for just this invitation which we give today. We introduce it with a healing prayer to help us rise above defensiveness and let truth be as it has always been. Sickness is a defense against the truth. I will accept the truth of what I am and let my mind be wholly healed today. Healing will flash across your open mind as peace and truth arise to take the place of war and vain imaginings. There will be no dark corners sickness can conceal and keep defended from the light of truth. There will be no dim figures from your dreams, nor their obscure and meaningless pursuits with double purposes insanely sought remaining in your mind. It will be healed of all the sickly wishes that it tried to authorize the body to obey. Now is the body healed because the source of sickness has been opened to relief. And you will recognize you practiced well by this. The body should not feel at all. If you have been successful, there will be no sense of feeling ill or feeling well, of pain or pleasure. No response at all is in the mind to what the body does. Its usefulness remains and nothing more. Perhaps you do not realize that this removes the limits you had placed upon the body by the purposes you gave to it. As these are laid aside, the strength the body has will always be enough to serve all truly useful purposes. The body's health is fully guaranteed because it is not limited by time, by weather or fatigue, by food and drink, or any laws you made it serve before. You need do nothing now to make it well, for sickness has become impossible. Yet this protection needs to be preserved by careful watching. If you let your mind harbor attack thoughts, yield to judgment, or make plans against uncertainties to come, you have again misplaced yourself and made a bodily identity which will attack the body, for the mind is sick. Give instant remedy should this occur by not allowing your defensiveness to hurt you longer. Do not be confused about what must be healed, but tell yourself, I have forgotten what I really am, for I mistook my body for myself. Sickness is a defense against the truth, but I am not a body, and my mind cannot attack. So I cannot be sick.
This comes from lesson 136. Again, sickness is a defense against truth. When I first started with this one, about 4 o'clock this morning, because I always go through it and allow myself to be able to get an understanding and see how this applies to me in my life. And I'll be honest with you, In full transparency, every one of these has prepared me, or it is prepared me for what's to come, or it is assisting me with what's happening in my current self. And this morning, yesterday, I found myself feeling sick. And I had to question myself, what is this about? What is this about? And as those who were listening yesterday, we understand that yesterday's lesson was, I defend myself. If I defend myself, I am attacked. So we've really been in this theme of defense. We're moving to a space of defenselessness. And so I had to really just gather, okay, how does this me feeling the way I felt yesterday and waking up this morning feeling the way I was feeling, and very congested, very, and then at the same time, very just draining, and, just stomach hurting and just not feeling so well. Then I began to read this and just allow myself to be one with it. And I began to understand that the feelings that I was feeling, the experiences that I was having, were self-created. Had nothing to do with my inner divinity, had nothing to do with my soul, had nothing to do with my spirit, but it had everything to do with my ego, me edging God out. Had everything to do with me wanting to feel something different than feeling void or feeling vacated or feeling depressed or oppressed. From feeling, I just needed to feel something. Yesterday morning after I had this session with you guys, I really had to do my best with not being defensive, with not seeing myself as attacked. Now, I legitimately had very good reason to be able to experience that based upon, just the ego's perspective, right? When anybody attacks when anybody comes at your character and wants to spin a narrative about you that isn't true, you feel the need to want to defend yourself. But yet I remembered yesterday's lesson. And I remembered to take those times throughout the day and remind myself the battle is not mine. That if I feel attacked, it's me. It's not anyone, not anything else. Like, why am I allowing someone else's perspective or narrative of me trump the truth of who I am? Why are you allowing the narrative that the world may have created, or that someone who's close to you who says they love you but not coming from a space of love, doesn't appear like they're coming from a space of love, to really impact you? That's because we're connecting ourselves, our capital S self, our soul self, our divine self, with our little s self, which is the ego, which is the body. That this is an illusion. This is merely the vehicle, the vessel that is assisting us with going forth and carrying out our soul contract, the agreement that we made before we came into this physical existence. As you heard me say in the very beginning, as a reminder that we are spiritual beings engaged in a human experience. We're not human beings or physical beings trying to determine our spiritual identity. That is already determined. That is already consistent, that is whole, that is perfect, that is complete. It is us realizing and remembering that it is whole, it is perfect, it is complete, while engaging in this physical or this human experience, existence. So when we're feeling sick, what we're actually saying is that we have our perspectives wrong. We're saying that we give more intentionality, we give more regards to our physical self and our ego self than we do our spiritual self, our mental self. We're tricking ourselves out of health. We're tricking ourselves out of well-being. You may even see this happening, and this is what I call not just a physical sickness, but a mental sickness. You may even see this happening when you know who you are and the skills, the assets, the abilities, the gifts that you have been blessed with. You know the genius that is within you, but yet you doubt it. You even know the prosperity that is your endowment, that is your birthright. You know it, but yet you talk yourself out of it. Yet you subscribe to an ideology, a narrative that is not your true, authentic narrative. You question if you're worthy. You question your value. Why? Because you've disconnected from your truth, from the truth of who you are and whose you are. That's the only way sickness can ever occur, is in our disconnection, is in the idea that we are less than, or that we are this physical existence more than anything. But as the reading says today, sickness is not an accident. Yes, this body will turn, it's composed of water, 75% water. And after it serves its existence, it serves its experience, it will return back to dust. But that does not end who we are. That is not the end of our story. That is simply the retirement of this vehicle, of this vessel. We continue on. Our soul, the spirit that dwells within this vessel, continues on. I want you to think about it like this. You get a new car. How frequently? What is the reason for you getting a new car? Something that performs better, right? Something that provides a level of comfort, something that allows you to be able to get further than A to B. Something that meets you where you are in this moment. That's the same thing it is with this body. Let's not give it more importance than it should have. Yes, let's tune it up. Let's keep it tuned. Let's make sure that we can utilize it to fulfill the will and the purpose that we're here to fulfill while utilizing this vehicle, this vessel. Yet, let's not make it our priority. Let's not make it the primary. Let's not make it the thing that makes us go, that makes us relevant. If we do, we are subscribing to sickness. I want you to look around. Just take a moment. Look at how many industries that are thriving right now because you have chosen to be sick versus well. Because you have chosen to focus on your physical existence instead of being present to the plan that you're here to fulfill. Now, understanding, the plan does not come lacking. You're not going without anything by being in accordance to the plan. The plan has all the supplications provided. You just have to be in a concordance with it, in accordance with it. I'm from the military, and when we're in the Navy, even from boot camp all the way through, our food is provided, our housing is provided, our medical care is provided, everything we need in order to be a vital organ, to be an essential piece of the equation is provided to us. Where did they gain the insight to set forth that foundation and that formula? I'll tell you where. From the universe, from the divine, from the master plan that we've all subscribed to. Look at the birds and the fowls of the air, for they simply be birds. They fly, they eat, they shelter, they continue to grow and be abundant, and do nothing more than simply be a bird. If we, as this intellectually capable being, because we like to believe that we're more intellectual, more intelligent than other creatures, why is it that we constantly outsmart ourselves instead of simply allowing ourselves to be in alignment with everything that is already supporting us? We feel like we have to go and do and be more instead of just simply being all that we're here to be in this present moment. I challenge you today to shift your narrative, shift your mindset, and begin to remember that you are a spiritual being engaged in a human experience, utilizing this physical vehicle. Nothing else. Your healing is in your understanding, in your remembrance of who you are and the part that you're playing in the whole. Now, this lesson says something very pertinent, and I think we need to get this. It said it in line number 11. It said, God knows not of your plans to change his will. You know, we always say, God knows our heart, God knows our mind. No. It's saying God knows not of your plan to change his will. Why would he know that? Because the only thing he focuses on is his will. Because his will is right. His will is perfect. It's us who get misaligned. It's us who get detoured, and we go through these trials and tribulations, and then until we reconnect, until we readjust, until we reset, we reformulate our GPS system. It says the universe remains unheeding of the laws by which you thought it governed. You think that your laws that you implement change the way that the universe, this massive, all-powerful, all-knowing, creative being that is so much bigger than even the earth that we live on, you think that your decisions, your mind, your change of thought governs it? It doesn't. Hence the reason for us to reconnect and realign, to get back in the flow. To get back in the flow and stop trying to manipulate it. You're going to end up there one way or the other. Why not choose to be there voluntarily? And it continues to say, and heaven has not bowed to hell, nor life to death. You can but choose to think you die, or suffer sickness, or distort the truth in any way. What is created is apart from all of this. Defenses are plans to defeat what cannot be attacked. What is unalterable cannot change. And what is wholly sinless cannot sin, no matter how much you want to. It cannot and will not. So the truth has power that's far beyond defense. Let's go back to the truth. Let me begin with this prayer. Join me. Father, Mother God, we thank you so much for this reminder this morning. As many of us have been afflicted or have chosen sickness over wellness, and we've come to you and ask you to heal our bodies, even though you don't see us as sick. It's the distortion of our minds and of our egos that separate us from you and create an identity, a reflection, an illusion that is untrue. So we thank you for being kind enough, for being gracious, to allow us to reconnect with the truth of who we are, the truth that is unchangeable, infallible. We thank you. And we simply just affirm today, sickness is a defense against the truth. We will accept the truth of what we are and let our mind be wholly healed today. That's what we desire, for our minds to be wholly healed today, to accept the truth. So today we just ask that the idea, the truth will flash upon our minds today and begin to impart healing upon us. That it would show up in a vibrant way, that we will choose healing over anything else. And we will see that healing, that wholeness, that being whole, perfect, and complete is nothing more. There's nothing more than it. It is the only thing. It is the only way. So we give thanks for this healing. We give thanks for this peace that surpasses all understanding. We give thanks for the grace and mercy that overcomes us, that is infiltrated within us, that corrects us and redirects us back in alignment with the flow of the universe, of your will, of your way, of your perfect and divine plan. And we will affirm to ourselves. We affirm to ourselves that we have not forgotten who we really are. For we have mistaken our body for ourselves. Sickness is a defense against the truth, but we are not a body, and our mind cannot attack. So we cannot be sick. Those of you out there right now who have been diagnosed with cancer, diabetes, have diagnosed with a stroke, or anything else, any other ailment impacting your life today, I want you to affirm with me right now. I want you to say this with me right now. I have not forgotten what I really am. For I mistook my body for myself. Sickness is a defense against the truth. But I am not a body, and my mind cannot attack. So I cannot be sick. Every time something comes into your path, you feel an ache, you feel something that's irregular, that is physical, I want you to say this: I have not forgotten what I really am. For I mistook my body for myself. Sickness is a defense against the truth, but I am not a body, and my mind cannot attack. So I cannot be sick. And so it is. We give thanks for all of this. We give thanks for the love that surrounds us, the love that enfolds us. And so it is. Amen. Ashe. Okay, fantastic. That comes to the end of today's session. I know it was a little heavy. I know it was a little lengthy, but we need it. It's important. It's essential for us. So I want you to do, if you missed any part of this, feel free simply just to go back to the YouTube channel and go back and listen to it again. You can go to One Transformation Center and listen to today's morning affirmation session, which is entitled Morning Affirmation Session 0516-23. And I hope that continues to bless you and helps you renew your soul, renew your mind, renew your spirit, and reminds you that you are a spiritual being having a human experience, nothing more, nothing less. And that your soul contract is here, still ready, still prevalent, awaiting your arrival for his complete fulfillment. So also take a moment and share and like this, and also give us a comment. Give us some feedback. Let us know what you thought about today's session. Use the hashtag morning manifestation. Like, share the stream. You can also go check us out on other social media outlets. And like those as well, stay tuned with us. And if you found this, no, not if, but as this has supported you and will continue to support you, we ask you to support us with a donation via Givelify, Givelify, whether website or the app. We're a non-for-profit entity, One Transformation Center. Just search us in whatever denomination that you provide. We're greatly appreciative of it. It goes a long way to helping us to continue to provide this content and support the mission of inspiring, motivating, and healing lives and relationships across the globe. You can also send directly to me at the Cash App at $, Samuel, Samuel Crumby, Crumby, Samuel Crumby Jr., also known as Samuel, for those who know. Also, we'd like to thank you for investing in your transformation. We hope that you continue to join us daily, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6:05 Eastern Standard Time, a.m. throughout the week. And on the weekends, it's 8:05 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we'll look forward to have you join us Wednesday nights on the Transforming Zone Conversation as well. Let us know if there's anything that you find to be interesting and you'd like to get more insight on. We can address that and maybe bring on the special guests to support us in that space as well. Maybe you know somebody that you think it would be great to have a conversation with. Hit me up on the Facebook page of One Transformation Center and make that referral, and we'll reach out with that relationship. So in turn, as we depart, we simply want to remind you, continue to be the change you desire to see. Until next time, namaste, we see God in you. So go be great.